Build a boat for treasure looks like a simple Roblox game. But that's only what you're meant to see. Underneath it is years of hidden history. This is the Build a Boat for Treasure iceberg, and it goes far deeper than anyone expects. This iceberg starts with the parts of Build a Boat that almost everyone recognizes. But the deepest layers are things that were forgotten, buried, or never meant to be seen. If you think you know Build a Boat, stay until the end. Quick thing before we start, we're insanely close to 50,000 subscribers. If this video ends up teaching you something you didn't know, consider subscribing. Let's begin. Gold farming. Gold farming is the core of Build a Boat for Treasure, with players using everything from normal stage runs to over-engineered AFK farms to maximize profit. Cheapest gold farm. The cheapest gold farm refers to farms that are easy and inexpensive to build. For many players, this is their first gold farm. TikTok brain rot. TikTok brain rot describes fast, repetitive Build a Boat clips made mainly to chase trends and views. No updates. Build a Boat for Treasure is often considered starved of updates, and in 2023 the game received no major updates, leading many players to constantly ask for new content. Scale limit. The scale limit caps blocks at 2,048 studs, which aligns with the maximum size Roblox Studio reliably supports. Game is dead. Game is dead is a phrase commonly used whenever updates slow down, despite the game still being very active. AFK Farm Beggars. AFK Farm Beggars are players who skip making their own AFK farms and instead ask others to let them use theirs. Clickbait Thumbnails. Clickbait thumbnails frequently promise millions of gold or game-breaking glitches, even when the video itself shows nothing new. Now we go a little deeper. Exploiters. With minimal anti-cheat protection, Build a Boat has long been a target for exploiters, from AFK automation to flying and movement exploits, with more serious cases appearing deeper in the iceberg. Infinite thrusters. Infinite thrusters are created by moving an activated thruster with the trowel tool, causing it to stay permanently active without running out. The same effect can also apply to other activated items, and today it's most commonly used for decoration rather than movement. Other Chillz Studios games. Chillz Studios, the creators of Build a Boat for Treasure, also have other Roblox games. Players can earn badges in these games, which can be used as an alternative way to unlock the Royal Member rank in Chillz Studios. Isolation bypass. Isolation mode is meant to prevent other players from entering your building zone, allowing you to build peacefully. However, over time players have discovered multiple ways to bypass it, often to interfere with or troll builders. Null Zone. The Null Zone refers to what happens when you travel extremely far from the map's center, where Roblox's physics and rendering begin to break down and visuals become glitchy. Server lag. Some builds are extremely detailed or use complex physical mechanics, which can place a heavy load on the server and cause lag. Automatic updates. Auto updates refer to seasonal events like the 4th of July, Halloween, and Christmas, which are automatically enabled each year without major new content being added. Contributors. Chillz Studios has a rank called Contributor. Contributors have a special in-game tag and are credited for their work, usually earned by translating the game or creating stages. Duplication glitch. The duplication glitch is one of the most widely known glitches in the game. It allows players to duplicate builds when they don't have enough parts, usually by briefly taking a build out of bounds and reloading it. Green candy. Green candy is a myth that circulates on social media. There is no official green candy in Build a Boat for Treasure. The real candy colors are blue, orange, purple, pink, and the now unobtainable red, with most green examples just being recolored candy. Perfect AFK farm. Ever since AFK farming took off, players have been chasing the highest gold per hour farm they could make. Over the years, new best farms kept popping up, but with standard AFK farming and no extra glitches, the limit has more or less settled around 40,000 gold per hour. Conveyor Glitch. The Conveyor Glitch is commonly used in AFK farms because it allows players to be moved while they're away from the game. The glitch is performed when a moving part becomes anchored, causing it to keep applying movement. Infinite Scale. Infinite scaling is a glitch that allows players to scale parts using more materials than they actually own. As a result, a single part can represent the equivalent of millions of blocks. Blocky vs Microblock. Blocky vs Microblock refers to an old debate in the Build-A-Boat community about building style, where some players prefer large, simple blocks, while others use microblocks for detailed and precise builds. This is where it stops being simple. Black Figure. The Black Figure is a name given to a community legend about a mysterious dark shape some players claim to have seen in Build-A-Boat for treasure. These sightings are based on personal reports and social media clips, but there's no official confirmation or documented evidence of what it actually is. Promoto Roboto. Promoto Roboto is a bot account used by Chillz Studios that automatically ranks up players to Mega Member or Royal Member based on how many Chillz Studios badges they have earned. As of now, the bot is temporarily offline, meaning players are currently unable to rank up to Royal Member until it is restored. Stage Submissions. Within the Chillz Studios Discord server, there's a channel called Stage Submissions, where players can submit custom stages as Roblox models. If a developer chooses to add a stage to the game, the creator is rewarded with the contributor rank. However, community-made stages are added far less frequently today. Deleted codes. There was a time when Build-A-Boat for Treasure frequently released new codes, rewarding players with unique and useful items. Today, only 4 codes remain active, while over 100 have expired, marking the end of what many players remember as the game's most generous era. Save Corruption. Save Corruption in Build-A-Boat usually means parts loading in with slightly shifted positions or incorrect scale values, which is more likely to happen with very detailed builds, possibly due to coordinate rounding when saves are reloaded. Build Stealing. Build stealing is a widespread issue in the Build-A-Boat community. It's an exploit where malicious players are able to copy builds that are loaded into a server and then load them into their own save slots. There is currently no effective anti-cheat protection against this, which is why players are often cautious about loading their best builds for strangers. High-ranked builders and influencers are especially common targets. Super Fast Wheels. Super Fast Wheels refer to a vehicle building technique where multiple classic wheels are combined using pistons, resulting in cars that move far faster than normal. This method became popular among advanced builders looking to push vehicle speed beyond typical limits. Building competitions. Build-A-Boat for Treasure has officially organized building competitions such as Boat of the Week, Boat of the Season, and Hall of Fame entries. These competitions are heavily moderated, with strict rules on team size, originality, and fair play. Winning builds are selected through staff review and community voting. Top builders can earn large gold prizes, special roles, and permanent recognition. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame builds are selected from official Hall of Fame submissions, where builders submit their work for review. Builds that make it into the Hall of Fame are preserved as standout creations, and being featured also gives builders a chance to be included in Boat of the Week voting. For many players, this is one of the highest forms of recognition. Master Builders. Master Builders are players who have earned the Master Trophy through official building competitions. These trophies are awarded to top-performing builders, and many players actively collect them over time. The most skilled and well-known builders often have multiple Master Trophies, making them a clear sign of long-term building mastery. Currently, there are around 500 Master Trophies out there. Gen the Hop. Gen the Hop is widely regarded as one of the most dominant builders in Build-A-Boat for Treasure. He holds the record for the most Master Trophies with a total of 13, and was a core member of the Goosepunk building team. In Boat of the Week competitions, he won so consistently that many builders considered him a feared opponent. Only 2 tools. There was a time in Build-A-Boat when building was extremely limited, with only 2 tools available: the Build tool and the Delete tool. The Painting tool was added in late 2017 and Binding tool in late 2018. More advanced tools came much later, with the Scaling tool added in early 2019, the Property tool following in mid-2020,
Melon, we can make invisible blocks now! Look!
and eventually the Trowel tool, which introduced moving, rotating, cloning,
We get cloned!
and mirroring parts, completely changing how players build. Goosepunk Team. Goosepunk is an exclusive building team in Build-A-Boat for Treasure, made up of about 90 members. The team is known for high-quality builds and subtle signatures, often hiding goose-themed Easter eggs or leaving Goosepunk watermarks within their creations. Over time, these details have become a recognizable mark of some of the most polished builds in the game. OG Big Wheels. OG Big Wheels were an older Robux wheel pack. The original pack included 4 identical wheels, while later wheel sets replaced them with 2 front wheels and 2 back wheels, changing how vehicles were built. Official building guides. The creator of Build-A-Boat for Treasure has released 3 public tutorial videos on YouTube, showing how to build simple structures like a head, a car, and a boat. The thumbnail boat from these guides became one of the most commonly built designs in the game, as many players followed the tutorial directly. Build-A-Boat clones. Because of Build-A-Boat's simplicity and popularity, many clone games have been created over the years. Most of these copies eventually lost their player base and shut down, but a few still remain active today, with hundreds of players still playing today. Raptu. Raptu is considered one of the most influential builders in Build-A-Boat for Treasure. At a time when building was limited to 90-degree rotations and only basic tools existed, he pioneered methods for creating smooth shapes like circles and spheres in an otherwise block-based environment. He also built the first functional mech, which went on to influence an entire generation of mechs in the game. Tank hate. At one point, military builds, much especially tanks, became extremely common in building competitions. Tanks started flooding submissions and builds began to feel repetitive, with similar designs appearing over and over. Over time, this led to frustration within the community, and tank hate became a common reaction to the oversaturation. This is where things start getting a lot darker. Illegal build selling. Illegal build selling refers to situations where builds stolen through exploits are sold without the original creator's permission, often through private messages or external platforms. Some players attempt to profit from work they didn't create, usually targeting high-quality or recognizable builds. While it isn't widespread, it's a known issue within the building community, and one that builders remain cautious about. FreeCam. FreeCam is an exclusive feature that allows the camera to move freely around the map, independent of the player. It is currently only accessible to the YouTuber JessieTC, who uses it for recording and showcasing builds. It has been confirmed that FreeCam will be made available to content creators in an upcoming update. Plushie Era. Between 2018 and 2020, 4 official plushies were added to Build-A-Boat for Treasure. The Chillthrill and Worthy plushies were created by the contributor JustinGoyen07, who effectively started the trend and were later followed by the Zeg and Fabi plushies. During this period, plushies became extremely popular, and many players began building custom plushies of Roblox avatars, turning it into a widespread building trend within the community. 50-player servers. In 2018, Chillthrill temporarily set Build-A-Boat for Treasure servers to a maximum capacity of 50 players. This was showcased in a video by Znack, where dozens of players shared the same server at once. The server became so laggy that loading saved boats had to be disabled. While the experiment was chaotic, it showed just how far the game could be pushed and remains one of the most unusual moments in Build-A-Boat's history. Old UI. Build-A-Boat for Treasure didn't always have the polished user interface it has today. Earlier versions of the game featured a much bolder and more experimental UI with different layouts, colors, and menu styles compared to the modern version. Over time, the interface was gradually refined and redesigned by the development team.
Menu? What? Everything is different! Shop, team, saves. Ooh, I got so many.
ROTS 2. ROTS 2, short for Revenge of the Slimes 2, is a sequel to one of Chillz Studios' older games, Revenge of the Slimes. The ROTS 2 place was discovered years before any official announcement, with no public information explaining what it was. This led to speculation, with some players believing it was a cover name for a different secret project, while others thought it was a real sequel in development. The existence of ROTS 2 was often blamed as a possible reason behind the lack of Build-A-Boat updates. Over time, the place began receiving more frequent updates, and in the summer of 2025, Chillthrill officially announced Revenge of the Slimes 2, nearly 9 years after the original game was released. Admin commands. Admin commands are developer-only tools used by Chillthrill for testing and showcasing features. When players are in a server with him, they may see things like custom parts being spawned, boats instantly reaching the end, zero gravity, resized characters, or other unusual effects. These commands aren't accessible to regular players, which has made them a long-standing curiosity in the community. Build a Boat for Treasure Wiki. Build a Boat for Treasure has an unofficial community-run wiki that has been actively updated since the game's early days. It documents nearly everything in the game, from blocks and tools to events, updates, and removed content. Before the Chillz Studios Discord server became public, the Build a Boat Wiki Discord was the main place where players discussed the game. While the Discord server is mostly inactive today, the wiki itself continues to exist as a complete archive of the game's history. The Secret Place. The Secret Place is a separate place under the main Build a Boat for Treasure game. In the past, it was used for special events such as the Fabby Boss Battle, the Spider Boss, and the Computer Boss. Today, it serves as the testing server for upcoming updates. Right now, it's publicly accessible through a leaked link and is being used to test new features like gate and display blocks, which are only available inside this testing environment. The testing server increases the player cap to 20 instead of the standard 7. Orange Team. The Orange Team was one of the original 7 teams in Build a Boat for Treasure. It was removed during the 2017 Christmas event and replaced by the Magenta Team. Along with the team's removal, the orange flag and its spawn points were permanently deleted from the game. For a time, a small memorial referencing the Orange Team existed at the Magenta Team's area. Terrain Move Glitch. The Terrain Move Glitch is a glitch that allows players to move parts of the game's terrain. There are many different methods of performing it, and most versions are local, meaning the terrain only appears moved for the player using the glitch. However, more advanced versions can affect the server and be visible to everyone. This glitch has been patched many times over the years, but new methods continue to be discovered. BAFT Squad. BAFT Squad was a large Build-A-Boat for Treasure community owned by Rapsiu and Tom, also known as SSSQD. It was created about a month after the Chillz Studios Discord server went public, and quickly became the most prominent Build-A-Boat subgroup at the time. While influential, the community was also known for being unwelcoming and sometimes toxic. Eventually, BAFT Squad was discontinued, and members were directed to join the Cookburgers Discord server, a Roblox game owned by Tom. Working PC. Ever since mechanical parts were added to Build a Boat for Treasure, players have been attempting to build functional computers inside the game. With each mechanical update, these builds have become more advanced, gradually moving closer to resembling real PCs. However, before logic gates were introduced, most attempts were bottlenecked by Roblox's physics system. With the upcoming logic gates update, players are already experimenting in the testing server, building working CPUs and basic logic-based systems. Squids. Being a squid is a community movement started by the game's developer, Zeg, whose online identity is represented as a squid. Over time, this became a recognizable symbol within the community. On the Chillz Studios Discord server, players can become squids by using a Zeg-themed profile picture, which has led to many unique variations of Zegs appearing across the server. 2 times gold prices. The gold multiplier is one of the most important game passes in Build a Boat for Treasure, as it permanently doubles the gold earned from completing stages. However, it hasn't always cost 500 Robux. When it was first released, the price was just 44 Robux, making it extremely cheap. It was later increased to 88 Robux, and on November 24, 2020, the price was raised to 500 Robux. Robux-only save slots. In the early days of Build a Boat for Treasure, players only had 2 free save slots, and unlocking more required paying 100 Robux per slot. Later, the number of free save slots was increased to 4. Eventually, save slots could also be purchased using gold in addition to Robux, marking a shift away from Robux-only progression and making extra save slots more accessible to long-term players. Now this is elite build-a-boat knowledge. Day 312. Day 312 refers to a long-running inside joke in the Chillz Studios Discord server. A member known as Mr. Bones was jokingly told by Zeg, one of the game's developers, that if he asked for the owner role for 312 days straight, he would receive it. Taking the challenge seriously, Mr. Bones posted a message every single day saying, "Day X grinding for owner." After eventually reaching day 312, Zeg acknowledged the effort but didn't give him owner. Instead, he created a server sticker reading, "Day 312 never happened," joking that he never expected the challenge to actually reach that point. Since then, Day 312 didn't happen has become a running joke in the community, with most members claiming it never occurred. Except Mr. Bones, who insists it did. 365,000 gold per hour AFK farm. The 365,000 gold per hour AFK farm is considered one of the most extreme AFK farms ever created in Build-A-Boat for Treasure. It was developed by a small team of highly skilled glitchers and came close to being a perfect AFK setup. However, the farm didn't last long. After the creators began sharing it publicly, details about the method spread quickly through the community. Eventually, the information reached one of the game's developers, and the farm was patched in a silent update. The farm relied on a stage mechanic, which gave lots of gold, which was exploited at scale to generate massive amounts of gold in a very short time. Life Preserver and Treasure Chest. The Life Preserver and Treasure Chest are two of the rarest blocks in Build-A-Boat for Treasure, to the point where most players don't even know they exist. The treasure chest could once be bought in the shop or obtained through an expired code, and when destroyed, it dropped a gold bar worth 1 gold. The Life Preserver, which was only sold for a single day, functioned as a unique seat. Because of their extremely limited availability, these blocks are now considered relics of early Build-A-Boat. Anti-Exploit Coalition. The Anti-Exploit Coalition, commonly known as AEC, was a group created to combat exploiters within the Build-A-Boat for Treasure community, particularly those involved in build stealing. Its main goal was to protect builders by identifying exploiters before they could steal or duplicate builds. AEC developed an advanced Discord-based detection system that, at its peak, monitored over 100,000 Discord users across more than 100 Discord servers. If someone suspected a user of exploiting, they could run a bot command, which would reveal whether that user was connected to known exploiter servers and estimate how much of a threat they were on a percentage scale. The system worked by placing self-bot accounts into servers, where they quietly collected data such as mutual servers, message activity, and interactions. This information was fed into a central database that compiled full user profiles. AEC also planted spies inside exploiting servers to gather additional intelligence and track new exploit communities. Users flagged by AEC were often automatically banned from the Chillz Studios Discord server and other Build-A-Boat communities where AEC members had moderation permissions. 2.34 trillion gold. 2.34 trillion gold refers to the richest player in Build-A-Boat for Treasure. The player is Buildosaurus, a YouTuber and contributor to the game. While translating Build-A-Boat for Treasure for Chillthrill, Buildosaurus jokingly named an absurd amount of gold as his payment. Surprisingly, Chillthrill agreed to the deal, and Buildosaurus was granted 2.34 trillion gold in-game. Since then, Buildosaurus has spent tens of millions of gold, yet his balance has effectively remained unchanged. In one example, JessieTC used Buildosaurus's account to open 100,000 purple chests, and the gold total barely moved. Zenak. Zenak was one of the first YouTubers to create content focused on Build-A-Boat for Treasure. His first Build-A-Boat video was uploaded on August 9th, 2017 titled Boat Obby for Treasure, and he quickly became one of the most recognizable figures in the early community. For many players, Zenak's videos defined what early Build-A-Boat content looked like. During this period, JessieTC frequently helped with content on Zenak's channel. Zenak continued uploading until around 2020, after which he stopped posting regularly. Following this, JessieTC began creating Build-A-Boat content on his own YouTube channel, eventually becoming the most prominent creator associated with the game. BABFT. BABFT originates from a screenshot taken during a test version of Build a Boat for Treasure, where the developer Zeg suddenly sent the message BABFT with no context or follow-up. According to the person who captured the screenshot, it came completely out of nowhere, which is why it was found funny and saved. The image was later turned into a sticker simply labeled BABFT, and it quickly spread throughout the community. Over time, it became a long-running meme, despite Zeg himself having no clear explanation for why he said it. Worthy Smells. Worthy Smells is one of the oldest running jokes in the Build a Boat for Treasure community. The phrase originates from messages like Jingle Bells Worthy Smells, which began circulating in the Chillz Studios Discord server years ago. The joke is a playful reference to Worthy One, the co-owner of Build a Boat for Treasure. Desquid All. Desquid All refers to an incident that occurred in 2022 within the Chillz Studios Discord server. At the time, squids were a well-known community role linked to Zeg. During a conversation where a member said no more squids, a moderator jokingly ran the command Desquid All, not realizing it would actually work. The command immediately removed the squid role from every member who had it. The moderator, glitched Zeg, did not expect the command to function. The incident quickly became a running joke in the community, and the phrase Desquid All is now used as shorthand to reference the moment when every squid lost their role at once. Champagne Sky. Champagne Sky is the name of the song that plays when you press the launch button in Build a Boat for Treasure. The version used in the game is a slowed-down edit of the original track. While most players hear it every time they launch, very few know the song's actual name, which has made Champagne Sky a quiet piece of hidden trivia within the community. Project Omega. Project Omega is an early Build a Boat for Treasure build made by Krig, one of the game's head administrators. It's a small wooden platform with 3 mega thrusters. Despite being a joke build and not especially good at anything, it's often ironically praised by the community as one of the best builds in the game. Disappearance of Liege North. Liege North was a popular Build a Boat for Treasure YouTuber known for uploading build tricks and tutorials. He posted consistently at least once a week for over 3 years. In 2023, he suddenly stopped uploading, went silent on Discord, and was never seen online again. While no explanation was ever given, I speculate that he may have burned out or left to focus on studies, but nothing has ever been confirmed. Custom player tags. Custom player tags are extremely rare name tags that only 4 players are known to have. They appear to be manually assigned by the developers with no clear public criteria. Most of the players who receive them are content creators. The known tags are Buildosaurus with Dino King, Znak with Pumpkin Master 12, Fabby with Duck, and Melon Juice with King Melon. This is the bottom of the iceberg. Zeg Photograph. The Zeg Photograph is a meme image that appears to show Zeg standing in the street in real life. After reverse image searching it, the image was found to be an edited version of an existing photo. The original picture is entirely green, and it was later painted over to resemble Zeg's Roblox avatar, matching his colors and overall look. Despite being edited, the image has been widely shared and is often jokingly treated as a real-life photo of Zeg within the community. The Order of the Treasure. The Order of the Treasure, often shortened to TOOT, is a private group of contributors responsible for building stages and creating update-related content for Build a Boat for Treasure. The group is made up primarily of experienced builders. Roughly 80% of stages and concepts are rejected by Chillthrill, meaning most of the group's work never reaches the public game. To be considered for TOOT, a builder typically needs to have already created around 3 accepted stages and must be manually approved by Chillthrill himself. Because of this, TOOT remains small, selective, and largely hidden from the wider community. October 10th, 2021. October 10th, 2021 is one of the most important dates in Build a Boat for Treasure's history. On that day, the Chillz Studios Discord server was hacked, resulting in the loss of nearly all of its history. The incident traces back to a Chillz Studios administrator named PETA, whose account was breached, likely through exposing his browser console. 2 days prior to the main attack, another Discord server where PETA was an administrator, the Flaming Studios Discord server, was compromised. All channels were deleted, staff accounts were taken over, and the damage was unrecoverable. On October 10, 2021, The attack escalated to Chillz Studios. PETA's hacker added a fake Dino Premium bot to the Chillz Studios Discord server and granted it administrator permissions. Shortly after, the fake bot began assigning moderator roles to raiders. A moderator noticed the suspicious activity and quickly banned the accounts involved. However, moments later, those same accounts were unbanned and granted administrator permissions instead. From there, the situation spiraled out of control. All staff members who were online were banned, every channel in the server was deleted, and the fake Dino bot was used to mass ban roughly 2,600 members. The raiders also spammed mass pings, posted racial slurs, and caused widespread disruption. Eventually, Worthy One, the co-owner of Build a Boat for Treasure, became aware of the situation and stepped in. He banned the fake Dino bot along with the accounts involved in the raid, stopping the attack. By that point, however, the damage had already been done. The Chillz Studios Discord server lost all of its old messages. Because the main server was unusable, the community temporarily moved to a secondary server for about a week while repairs were made. When the main server returned, it was effectively a fresh start. All previous history was gone, and the original Chillz Studios Discord era came to an end. Because of this, October 10th, 2021 is remembered as the day the original Chillz Studios Discord server was wiped. A long-running joke later emerged where players sarcastically say, "Nothing happened on October 10th." And that was the end of the iceberg. If you made it this far, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're really close to 50,000 subscribers, and every sub genuinely helps. This video took tens of hours to research, script, and put together, so thank you for watching all the way through. See you in the next video.